A show duct taped together by broken promises and hopes and dreams. Recorded in the corner of Wade's dirty bathroom. Get ready for WMVT.
I love Lesbians, so much so I'm dedicating this entire episode to these beautiful carpet munchers. I used to think of myself as a lesbian for many years, and not just because of my clitoris-like penis, but because I love women. As I peel back the layers of this saucy orientation, I've discovered that the porno industry has been blatantly lying to us for many years. You see, real girl-on-girl action isn't a Jessica Biel going down on a Megan Fox, but more like a Megan Fox being fisted by a woman so manly looking I feel like I'm ovulating. And while she's fisting little Megan, she could probably fix my car at the same time. In this episode, we're going to get answers to questions that has eluded most of us, like, why do lesbians choose manly-looking women? Why do they drive Subarus? Is there finger envy between them? I've discovered fascinating things like the signals and codes they use to communicate, which makes me realize that we know more about the elusive snow leopard than we do these lovely ladies. I've done a ton of research, so let's dive right in, shall we? The term lesbian originates from the Greek island of Lesbos, home to the poet Sappho, who's known for expressing her love for women in her writings. I honestly didn't realize how basic men were until researching this topic. I mean, I feel like a caveman in comparison to the complexity of these ladies. According to ChatGTP, there are 15 types of lesbians. Let that sink in for a minute. Number 1, butch. I call them the scary ones. Short hair, flannel shirts, can fix your car, probably owns a tool belt and wears it better than any man ever has. Number 2, femme. The ones I prefer to masturbate to. You know, the ones with high heels, lip gloss, feminine, love skincare. Number 3, chapstick lesbians. These poor ladies are confused. Somewhere between femme and butch, they like wearing cargo pants with winged eyeliner, minimal makeup, low maintenance, just confused. Number 4, soft butch, aka STEM, stud and femme. I don't know. Reportedly wears hoodies, eyeliner, emotionally available, plays an acoustic guitar, maybe. Again, I don't know. Number 5, stud, how I thought of myself before starting this episode. Confident, suave, dominant, charismatic, could charm anyone. Number 6, lipstick lesbian. I'd like to find myself in a dark corner with these ones. High glam, full face of makeup, very into other femmes. Number 7, boy. Younger masculine energy, often playful and flirtatious. Soft stud energy, sometimes non-binary adjacent. Oh, and here we go. The scariest of them all. Number 8. Diesel dykes. Hardcore butch. Rides a motorcycle, rugged, strong, protective. May or may not live in flannel. Could carry you up a flight of stairs for days. Number 9. Gold star lesbian. Never touched a penis. Not even once, not even by accident. Strictly women only experience. Sometimes smug about it at parties. Number 10. My favorite. Formerly lesbian. Now with me. Number 11. Baby gay. Just out of the ladies' closet. Excited. Rainbow everything. Pride flags everywhere. Number 12, power lesbian. Suited, ambitious, runs a company by 8 and then ruins an ego by 10, often in politics, law, finance, or high fashion. Number 13, cottagecore lesbian. Wears linen, bakes bread, lives in a forest, soft-spoken, reads poetry, probably names her own houseplants. Number 14, goth alt lesbian. Black lipstick, combat boots, sad playlist, emotionally complex, probably has a septum ring, and a favorite tarot card. And finally, number 15, sporty jock lesbian, always in activewear, has a favorite protein powder, lives for team sports, or plays softball or soccer or something, I don't know. Anyway, that was mentally exhausting, and that was just the beginning, folks. I need to take a nap. Sadly, studies have shown that lesbians report a higher rate of orgasm during sex compared to heterosexual women. Now, you know what that tells me, boys? That we have got to do a better job. For God's sake, we're never going to bring these carpet munchers back to home base if we don't try harder. However, the divorce rates among these ladies is higher, so it's not all bad for the boy-girl thing. Now, interestingly enough, lesbians can transmit certain sexually transmitted infections. These include BV, HPV, herpes, and in rare cases, HIV and syphilis. Transmission can occur through oral sex, genital-to-genital contact, and sharing sex toys. I did some research on what toys they may use, and apparently it's extremely complicated to where a lifetime of studying this could barely scratch the surface of this. Unlike men, we just stick it in, and it's probably part of the reason why we're losing ladies to ladies. So the butch ones, for example, will probably have a strap-on that's solar-powered with a tactile holster, whereas femmes will probably go with a sparkly pink silicone one that has Bluetooth, possibly engraved, and of course has a remote control. Chapstick lesbians, soft butch, will have a toy drawer that's minimalist, but efficient, compact vibe, and modest strap-on just in case. Lipstick lesbian prefer a Foreskin studded vibe, color-coordinated, and takes selfies with her toys before using them. A stud locks away her toys, possibly has some level of voice activation, and whatever she has, it's gonna be big, bold, and lightly black. Now, boys like neon, noisy, fun size, apparently. The scary ones, dykes, will most likely have a DIY converted power tool, possibly sculpted from stone. Now, numerous studies indicate that lesbian couples are likely to spend twice the length of time doing the hanky-panky than a heterosexual couple. A lesbian couple has a tendency of being more caring and nurturing to one another, whereas men just want to deposit their demon semen. Over the years, lesbians have developed a complex series of codes and signals to identify one another. The one that I found most fascinating was the use of different colored handkerchiefs and where they're placed. Originally from the gay male cruising culture, lesbians in the 1980s started to borrow it, then adapted it in a much more intelligent and creative use, of course. The colored handkerchiefs break down like this. Blue represents the desire for oral sex, red for fisting, black for BDSM, and lastly, brown quite literally means anything goes.
Huh?
The side she wears it on is also important. For example, left represents top dominant, right bottom submissive, and then dangling keys on the right side of her belt loop is a low-key way of signaling gay, especially in the 1990s and 2000s. More specifically, right side represents gay femme, whereas left side gay butch. Now, the universal signal of Netflix and chill is actually different for lesbians. They use this code in a literal sense, which isn't really a code then, is it? They just want to watch a movie. Nail length, especially on the dominant hand, often signals a sexually active lesbian or bisexual woman. The term lesbian manicure refers to clean, trimmed nails for comfort and, well, practicality. The US government once banned the word lesbian.
What?
During the 1920s through the 50s, the Lavender Scare, lesbians were purged from government jobs. The word lesbian was even banned from television until the 1980s, which is sad because it's a great word. In many cities pre-1970s, it was illegal for women to wear men's clothing. Women had to wear at least 3 pieces of feminine clothing or risk being arrested. So if a woman wore a tie, blazer, or pants, it probably meant, I'm gay. Ellen DeGeneres risked her whole career by coming out. In 1997, Ellen, both the actress and the sitcom character, came out on national television. It was an historic moment. Then she lost both her jobs and was even blacklisted. Victorian lesbians, on the other hand, got away with everything. In the 1800s, women could write love letters, hold hands, live together. People just thought it was like an intense friendship. Queen Victoria reportedly didn't think female relationships were a thing, so no laws were passed to stop them in the UK. The first known lesbian magazine came out in the 1920s in Germany. Der Freuden translates the girlfriend. It ran from 1924 to 1933, and it was a lesbian lifestyle magazine with dating tips, poetry, and fashion. As you can imagine, it was later banned when the Nazis rose to power because they're uptight, murdering assholes. I've done my best with this episode. However, there are still many unanswered questions, like why do lesbians drive Subarus and pick manly-looking women? We probably know more about the chupacabra than we do lesbians at this point, but I've delivered as much information as I could find, but further study is clearly still needed. Now, whether you're gay, bi, or straight, I hope you learned something today. And to all of you out there, be safe, and until next time, cheers.
Wait, Martin's video thingy.
Oh, God. Don't subscribe.
UMBT.